So, welcome back. My name's Liam. Today I was I'm currently at a sales conference in Dallas, and there was a networking opportunity towards the end of the meeting, and I ended up talking to this guy who, he looks pretty muscular if he's watching this awesome conversation, but he looked pretty muscular. Each table had a little panel that gave an overview of what their strengths were. So it was called round table. So you go around, you can pick out people who have strengths that might be your weaknesses. So for instance, this guy's strengths were nutrition, some other things, but the nutrition thing stood out to me because I was like, okay, he's probably a fitness guy. So I went in and talked to him. Really nice guy. And there were some other people that were coming up to the table and asking him for fitness advice, and some overweight people, just being honest. They were coming up and asking him questions, and basically they wanted to know how to stay consistent when you work a lot. Just in short, that's kind of what they were wondering. And what he told them was that there's dials, and you turn it up, you turn it down sometimes. And he was basically saying when work gets busy, you turn down the work dial. And that almost implies that the gym is sort of an obstacle. It places work above the gym, which for me, I don't see it sorry, but like I was saying, I don't see it that way. I really don't. I see the gym as honestly a tool, because when I go to the gym, I feel better than when I don't. When I go to the gym, I feel like I have more energy than when I don't. When I go to the gym, everything else in the entire day just builds. There's such a snowball effect with when I go to the gym in the morning and then I read, everything falls into place when I go to the gym. I'm sure some of you guys feel like that. And so for me, I just thought, wow, I wanted to give my advice, but I know he was giving advice. And so what I would tell people is that you want to get to the point to where the gym is a tool to you, because it's gonna be hard at first. Everything new is hard, and I understand that, and it was hard for me at first. But I think it's a simple mindset shift to where you use it as a tool, because it is. Everything is a tool. And what I also disagreed with was the fact that you have to put something else before the gym sometimes. And the way you don't have to do that is you work out in the morning and you get up 30 minutes early. The second thing to help you not do that is you don't have to work out for that long. I really don't know why people don't understand this yet. You only have to go to the gym for 30 to 45 minutes. If you're going after aesthetics, that's all you need. Now, granted, not if we're talking bodybuilding Olympia level, but if you want to be a jacked, good-looking physique dude, you do not need to be in the gym for 3 hours or 1 hour, 1 hour and a half. Like, you really just need 30 to 45 minutes, and if you do it in the morning, it's going to positively influence everything else. The other thing he said was that doing a really hard workout can be fatiguing and take away from work, which I do agree with. I think if you worked out extremely hard, you did an insane leg workout, it could make you tired for the day. But that's not what I would recommend anyone do. I also wouldn't recommend not working out at all, which was his suggestion. And I'm not throwing shade in any way to this guy, but I'm just highlighting where I think a lot of people's misconceptions are. You don't need to be going in to the gym for that long. It doesn't, this is my credentials. It doesn't need to take that long. It's 30 minutes. Dude, sometimes I'll go 20 minutes. You just work out hard and you do it every time. You don't have to be extreme. You just got to be consistent. You don't have to be extreme. It's just consistency. And so if I trust that if I'm consistent, that compounds. Compounding interest is the eighth wonder of the world, baby. Take advantage of it and keep stacking it up. Because when you stack it up, you don't need that much work. But sure, if you're turning the dials all the time, that means turning the dial means more work. Why don't we just keep the dial at 1? Because every time you drop the dial, then you got to go all the way back up. Why don't we just keep it at 1 consistent 60 to 80% volume range, or however the analogy he was using? I think that's where long-term and crazy good results. Now, there's more than one way to skin the cat here. It's not like this way is the only way. I think this is the best way, though. I think this is the way you really squeeze the lemon and get more out of it than just having a nice body. That's not what it's about. There's so much more to it than that. I think you can use it to make everything else in your life better. That's what it is for me. The gym doesn't take from anything. It's not an obstacle in any way. The gym only gives if you do it right. And so the shift you need to make is, are you working out too long? Which, when you dial it back, it may feel like you're sacrificing something, which is completely normal. But if you keep the intensity up and you realize you only need 9 sets per muscle group to get pretty jacked and keep it and grow more, and you do that, if you can't do it forever, don't do it for a single day even. And so when I'm hearing this guy talk about, and I don't mean this in any disrespect, but when I heard him talk about the dials and turning it down almost all the way to not doing anything for weeks, I don't like that. I don't like the idea of having to go back all the way through, because challenge comes with change. And so I'd rather just keep that dial, which health is the number one priority for me. I'd rather keep that at a constant frequency throughout my entire life. I don't want to be turning it down and then have to go through the challenges of turning it back up. I never want to be there with fitness, because it's such a tool. That's the best way I can describe it. It's not something I need to get over. Oh, how can I fit this in? No, it's inevitable. I go in the morning, I do it for 30 to 40 minutes max, and I do it every single day. I go 5 days a week, but you get the idea. I don't miss a day for any reason at all. Even right now, I had this surgery on my pec. I got the gyno removed. I took the day of the surgery off, the day after, and then Friday, I kept it minimal, but I went on the bike. I just sat on the bike, just pedaled lightly, nothing crazy. I did that for 30 minutes, and I checked that box. I got the consistency. I filled that gap that I had there. I'm not gonna go 4 weeks like is prescribed with the 0 exercise at all. I'm just not gonna do that. I'm gonna do something. You can always do something. And again, I need the fitness. I need the workout. It's not like, oh, thank God I have weeks off of the gym. I need it. I need it to function in so many ways. I'm not trying to find any way around it. The work is the reward. And so you can get to that point in not just fitness. That's why it's crazy how you see the similarities in the lessons you learn throughout everything. And so, for instance, the lessons you'll find in fitness, obviously you're going to find in other sports. If you follow a plan, you be consistent, you're going to be successful. You're going to find that in anything. I just can't emphasize enough the importance of consistency, because that's all you have. Forget turning dials up and down and taking things back. No, even keel. You always want to be on the same frequency. That's where the good results are. And the shift is stop thinking of it as an obstacle, because it's not. It's something that can help you in every single way. You're going to become more confident. You're going to look better. You're going to be stronger. You're going to live longer. You're going to be happier. You're going to sleep better. I could go on and on about the benefits of working out. And so I would never want to get away from it in any way. I think it positively influences every other area. So I hope this was valuable. Please feel free to comment if you can relate to this, but have a good rest of your night.